Welcome to Authen Tea Cally Soul Stars. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we are here with the Keiauna White. I just want you to know that I am beyond honored to have you here on Authen Tea Cally Nyoka.
I like that. Hey,
So because it's Authen Tea Cally Nyoka, of course, we sipping on some tea. This is blue lotus flower, and I think it's very fitting for this episode, and I'm going to tell you why. Blue lotus flower is a flower that rises through muddy water,
the lotus flower.
and it still opens to the sun.
Mm.
The ancestors of the Nile called it sacred, and I call it fitting for this conversation because everything that we're about to get into with Keiauna White is about blooming where things may be murky. Yeah.
We have that trademark, so you got the lotus flower. We have the.
So maybe pour your cup if you're familiar with blue lotus flower. We have ours, and let's get into all the tea we're about to spill. Okay. First and foremost, the first question, oh my gosh, an introduction for you.
I am beautiful.
Keiauna White is boutique owner, community curator, wellness champion. I'm gonna throw in wellness champion because you are.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you are. Family and faith first. You are one of the most welcoming souls that I met after I decided to come outside to Montgomery. You have been one of the most welcoming souls here. From the first day I saw you, I said, she looks interesting.
That's the same thing I said about her. I think we were probably the loudest two in the room as far as
participating in the activity. Most vocal, probably.
As well as our garments.
Oh yeah, that too. That too.
Could definitely pick us out.
She walked in with all this sparkle on, and I'm like, dang, who is brave enough to walk into a room with all this sparkle on? And then we ended up on the 360.
Oh my gosh, where's that video? Because we've got to add that video. But sparkle, you hit on like Ankara or
I did
or something too. Yes. That requires boldness.
Yeah. And those are my favorite pants. My sister gave those to me, and I love those pants. So anywho, that's a little intro. I don't even think I'm doing her introduction right. What did I not say that you want to say? The day that I met her, I knew nothing about her. And today, I know more than I did, but it's still not the full gamut. And it's going to take time. And I think that's what makes our friendship so unique. I think we're willing to learn each other.
I think we're at a point in our lives where we realize that relationships are based on intentional, healthy relationships, build on intentional connection. And so how are you connecting with someone that you don't even care to learn about?
So it's been my pleasure to learn what I have learned about you and understand how family oriented you are, how much of a giving soul you are, and how much you care about people whose voice they fight to get their voice heard. Mm-hmm. They fight, and you just help them to boost their voice. And I think that's why a lot of the community loves you the way that they do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I know it's a lot of flattery going on right here.
I'm like, what's she talking about?
But that's what we do. That's what we do. So a lot of people that will watch this are from Montgomery, Alabama. We are filming from Montgomery, Alabama. So I would love for you to tell our Soul Star audience who is Keiauna outside of the business of Keiauna?
Outside of the business of Keiauna is definitely a unicorn. So no, I appreciate connection, freedom, freedom, freedom of expression is important to Keiauna. It's huge for me, and expression in all the ways.
Expression in interior design, like your living space is very intentional.
Thank you.
I think it's one of the most your living space is definitely intentional. It's definitely colorful. And because your living space is that way, you run your business that way. I think the way how your life and your business align, I think it's difficult to separate the two.
Authenticity has always been it. Freedom of expression, authenticity, just the BeYOUtiful, the name in itself and the brand, it just all speaks. And as far as running one different from the other, I'm the same person wherever I show up. And so it's not that the colors are in my home and in my business, is that the color is inside. And so I have to be comfortable and I express it in the spaces that I enter. And I think that's important that we learn to do, especially as women.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be bright. It doesn't have to be, loud. It just has to be you.
Yeah.
It has to give you joy. Whatever your area is, that you are allowed to let your light shine, let your light shine.
Yeah. And so when you decorate your space and your business with that color, it's just like signature, Keiauna. Authentically or authenticity runs in your brand because you have to have confidence to be authentic. You cannot be a coward and be authentic. It takes strength, it takes resilience, and it's not that you can't be soft about it. Yes, the softness is because it is confidently
I'm looking at you here.
who I am. Do you think that people meet a polished boutique owner? I want to talk about that because some people think that when you have a business and it's successful, everything is perfect. Do you think that people meet the polished boutique owner, Keiauna?
People meet Keiauna. Now, the thing about it is our perception shapes what we think we see or we feel or we receive. And so it's not about things being, what did you say?
Perfect. Your
Is
thing
that
being perfect.
is perfect a thing? Is perfection a thing? If it is, I haven't seen it. I haven't experienced perfection in that way.
Polished.
Yeah, no. Did you say they? What did you say? Go. People meet the what, Keiauna?
People meet the polished.
Is there a polished Keiauna? Oh, there he is. There he is.
I think that there's.
No, I wouldn't call it polished.
I wouldn't call it polished. I think that business. I think I was looking at all the different aspects of business that you hold, whether it is consignment, whether it is the resale, whether it is the retail. All of those aspects of business. And so when we say polished, when I use that word, for me, that's the part of Keiauna that I have learned to respect and appreciate as polished. The Keiauna that knows business.
Oh, okay. I don't think people look for polish. I mean, we base our perceptions on our interactions and all of the things. What we decide, unfortunately, what box we're supposed to put someone in, and we size them up when we see them. And I'm gonna always drive connection, but I mean, you may see me polished. We're in the South, so when you say polished, I'm like, girl, am I supposed to have on some pillowcase dress and be walking around and the high, or even the high heels and the bag and the degree on the wall? Like, I don't need to do all of that in my business. All I need to do in my business is to show up as myself and connect with those who have trusted me enough to enter into my space. It doesn't mean that it's going to be received as I'm giving it. That's a tough lesson to learn.
That is tough.
But I don't know what people see. It does mean a lot to me, in experiences, especially the people close to you. So when you affirm certain things in me that I'm like not even thinking about, and then there are things that I know are part of my mission and my vision that I want to come across, but I'm not always sure. We're not sure in business. Is that what the people see?
Right.
Is that what you receive? And I was celebrating a group of gentlemen the other day, but we'll never know how many seeds grow from where they were planted. And so all we can do is show up and plant seeds.
So
it's good.
I'm glad you like it. I felt like it was an acquired taste at first because it tastes very earthy.
It does.
Tea. Yeah.
But being a tea drinker, I mean, if you drop some wormwood or something in your, I mean, tea can go from, oh, this is delightful to, oh my God.
This is why I like to talk to Keiauna, because she, in terms of the wellness, she's like, wait a minute. I know that if it tastes bad, it's probably good for me. And it's hard to find people who even understand that the acquired taste for things that really nourish our bodies is different. That's a whole nother, might be another episode. But let's talk about the fashion truck.
Okay.
Because from what I read, because of course I had to research my friend, because my friends don't tell me everything. The friends that I have here in Montgomery, they do not tell me everything. It's like I have to research them to find out some stuff. So what I found out was Keiauna created the first mobile fashion truck here in Montgomery. Yeah, tell us about why you created the fashion truck. I read that I read something, but I want to hear why did you create that business?
Oh, that was a testimony in itself. But first of all, freedom. 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 If ever there was a person that appreciated freedom in all aspects, it's me. And at the time, I just opened up. Mulberry was our shopping district then, before, things moved to a different location or side of town. And that was the place to be. Growing up, it was the place to be. But I've always liked, because of Gigi, I would go to visit her. I always liked consignment shops and little boutiques. She never, if you see her now, never, what is mainstream? What is big box? No. Even if she buys something, she's going to put her own spin on it. But I appreciated going to visit her, and we would shop these little areas, and you would leave one store and go to another. So Hot Mom's Consignment was actually open in the Mulberry shopping district because it was a dream of mine. I had tried a number of things, probably some things that I don't even remember, because I knew a typical 9-to-5 was not me. I was created to be an entrepreneur.
I was created to be an entrepreneur.
A CEO.
A CEO.
No, you said it. I was created to be a CEO.
I was created to be a CEO.
I was created to live out the vision for my life.
I was created to live out the vision for my life.
Mm-hmm. In order to bless others and to do what we were put here for, your purpose. We were created to fulfill your purpose. And so, thanks for saying that. And,
well, we love those affirmations.
Yeah. But I really believe that. Now, it takes a journey to get there. a lot of heartache and experience, but back to the fashion truck and the Mulberry District. So I'm a creative.
Yes, and I
And
absolutely love that part about you.
and creatives tend to operate one way, while more linear or analytical individuals operate another. Long story short, I can see the vision, I know what it's supposed to look like, but then there's this thing called business that stands in between um, a dream and bringing that dream to fruition. And there are systems that have to be put in place. So I had like 3 kids plus 52 others. Like I had all the kids that were doing all the things, and I opened this business. Everything was great. The paint was on the wall. The carpet was clean. The grand opening was a success. And then I realized either I've got to pay somebody to be here to work, or I've got to be here all day and work myself. And I don't even have time to be here all day. But also, how unprofessional is it to just keep leaving these notes on the door, be back, on the lunch? Can't do that. I didn't think about who I was going to have to pay. I haven't even made any money yet. I mean, the grand opening money was just to recoup some of the money that we spent to get in here. And so at that same time, 2013, The Fashion Truck was the name of it, was starting in LA. That was the first mainstream, LA's first fashion truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is a great idea. I don't have to be here and wait on the people. I can go to the people. And so I started searching all the things. Girl, I don't even think you've ever heard this testimony. This is an entire story in itself. So I know we're limited for time, but it is one of the first times that I recognized God's timing is perfect as an adult. God's timing is perfect. And that's just the bottom line. So I started looking for trucks, cars, buses, anything that I can convert in your backyard if you lived in the country, at your business if you had something sitting in the back. The bulletin board was big then. I was buying them and flipping through the pages. Every time I would find one, there was something going on with it. We went, I just knew I had this bus, like right in Wetumpka, and a friend of mine with me, and just happened to open the electrical box. Water was everywhere. I'm like, gosh, okay. So I literally prayed a prayer one night before sitting down on the couch with another friend who operates a car lot, or I wouldn't even say a car lot. It's much bigger than a car lot, but they sell cars um, for an online auction. And I prayed, okay, God, is this what you told me to do? I think this is what you told me to do. If it's not what you told me to do, then if I don't find anything tonight, I'm gonna stop looking, and then I'll go get some dumb job that I'm probably gonna hate. But if this is the will for my life, then I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. And so that was literally my prayer. But it's one thing to have a dream and no money, but at this time I had a budget to purchase this said vehicle. And so having the money and still being unable to buy what you think you want, even though you see it everywhere, was just like, what is happening? Didn't you tell me to do this? Did I make it up? Okay, because I'm tired of looking. And we found a FedEx truck, a 16-foot FedEx truck in Miami, Florida for half the budget, and used half the budget to get it dropped off right there in the yard.
And that was it.
That was it. Well, other than the fact that Montgomery at that time did not have mobile businesses, mobile business license, we had mobile businesses that were operating, but they had no clue. I knew they wouldn't have a fashion truck. So when I went in, I said, well, can you just give me what the food trucks have? I'm going to pop up where the food trucks go. Can you just give me the same license? Well, we don't have a license for food trucks. Mobile retail was not even a thing.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you see how you trend set?
Oh, you see how? Okay.
You see how you're a trendsetter, CEO?
Oh, okay.
So what were some moments from the early truck days that you wouldn't trade for anything today?
Was it the 50th anniversary of the Selma Mark? We drove that truck to Selma. I tried to abide by all the rules, pick out a parking space, talk with the owner, go get the license, do all the things. That was the year that um, President Obama came and people were everywhere. There were concerts. And so for one day, I had planned to be on one side of the bridge. And then for Sunday, I planned to be on the other side of the bridge with the concert and doing all the things. Girl, we pulled up in the Wells Fargo drive through, flipped the door on that truck, and that weekend we sold out. We sold out to the point where T. Brenda started selling the accessories that we were wearing. She was like, "We had on a scarf." T. Brenda, and somebody wanted it. T. Brenda was like, "Girl, give me that scarf. She wants that scarf. Give me that scarf. It's for sale. Here you go." And that was a moment I would never forget. Yeah. First being there and all of the people, and then your friends and family popping up, and it was major. The concert, yes. The guests, the stars, just the era we were in, yes. At that time. That was super. And then, yes. T. Brenda was out there because baby, T. Brenda has been there, okay? So she'll have her chair on the truck, or she had this big police looking Tahoe with tinted windows. It was all black. And so she would either leave the truck or follow the truck and put on her flashes or whatever. We traveled. And, people would think she was important, or so we didn't get tickets and that kind of thing.
Because T. Brenda, I need to have her as a guest because she's a whole nother Authen Tea Cally Nyoka. I learned so much. I learned so much about your family too, since meeting you, and how influential your family is here in Montgomery. Wow. T. Brenda operated a 22-bed facility.
I think it was. Yes. On the bed. But yeah, she was the first. And at this point, the last to ever do it, but to open a transitional facility for women and children with co-occurring disorders. Yeah. And that means you're court ordered. All of the residents were court ordered. And part of the process was them reuniting with their children and their families. So they had to do that in real time while we were able to be a part of all of that. That's beautiful. And there were some parts of all of that. So that was great.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But when you talk about Selma, I always connect your family's community work with the energy of unity, and coming together here in Montgomery. I always make that connection. So I'm very proud of family. Yeah, and the impact.
Well, sure, you're part of it now. That's the thing. We want your family, your family.
And there's still so much more to learn about your family, but let's keep going. You say it's more than fashion. It's a lifestyle. Walk me through what you're actually selling when you hand someone, let's say, a dress, or when you hand someone something that you have recreated.
What I'm selling or offering to someone is oftentimes confidence. It's oftentimes a path back to themselves or to the core of them. So it's going to either be the self that was once there and loud and vibrant and spoke until someone decided it belonged in said box, or until the wear and tear of life kind of simmered it down a bit, or it's going to be the self that they see, but they haven't reached yet. And so in the dressing room, the transformations happen in the dressing room, and I can always relate some of these so many life lessons to the transactional sale of an item, but it's always been deeper than that. And so you can see it. I mean, it's universal, the light that we have, especially as women in our eyes. But I've learned that it's not just women. Men do the same thing.
So when you told me that you also had like a men's department, for lack of a better word, you had the women on lock, but you also had the men on lock.
They loved it too. It was curated in such a space that it looked like a men's cigar lounge or something. And they loved, the men would come in and hang out and sit and maybe have things other than tea and just really enjoy themselves, because it was an environment. It was a curated shopping experience for the men. We often do that for the women, but men don't get to do that. They're struggling to find something, or they have to go big box, and even then it's a struggle, or they're ordering online. So it's very rare that they have that experience in an environment that doesn't look like it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was fun, and it was so cool that now the couples began to come in together. And so the husbands, sometimes the men would have way more fun than the women. And so it's a beautiful thing just to see. But the sparkle in the eyes, once we feel ourselves, it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. It shows. You have brought that out of me in many outfits.
Oh,
it's true. You say you should try that on. I'm like, yeah, you think? And then when I try it on, it's like, boom. I'm like, whoa, Key, you were right. And it makes me feel a certain way that I had not felt in years.
Oh, thank you.
So it's true. Even the little pink and red ensemble that I wore a couple soul wellness gatherings ago, I was like, you think this would look nice on me? And you're like, yes, try it on. And there it was. So I always appreciate your eye.
I thank you. Thank you for that.
So leadership pulled you from behind your own counter. You were elected as the Downtown Association.
I'm pointing. Listen.
The Downtown Business Association president. Downtown Montgomery Business Association president. Yeah, you were elected for that position.
Oh, I was.
Yes.
Okay.
That pulled you from behind the counter. And so what was the hardest part of being the voice for the businesses of downtown while you were running your own?
The hardest part of that would probably be navigating the foresight and the insight of business and politics while still supporting and encouraging the business owner.
We don't even have time to do the deep dive into that part. But I want to share with you what I saw during that time. May I?
Please.
I saw you navigating all of that. And I saw how tremendously emotionally challenging it was for you. And what I want to see for you now is for you to unpack and learn from that time and rocket spaceship out of sight. Successful. You hear me?
Thank you.
That's what I want to see.
I see that.
Yeah, because you deserve it. You work hard. the authenticity is off the chart. Your goodwill is beyond what I've seen around here.
You only need that one friend to hype you up. Okay? If y'all don't have that one friend, at least one, you better get you one. You better get you one. And because I am a connector of persons, if you're looking for one, I might know someone that could match, your personality type of things. But you gotta have that one hype man, okay? That one friend that will hype you up like none other. But seriously, we all need that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the way you affirm. But I appreciate that it's natural and genuine and it's just a part of you. It's not that you just do it to your friends, you do it to a stranger. You're calm, you're gentle, you're tender, and you're affirming. And I appreciate that about you. And we all need really that someone who can really hype you up or just remind you in whatever situation that you got this. You got this.
Man, you've done that for me in so many ways, and I appreciate that. I really do. Because boy, you see me boo-hoo crying over some stuff.
We all have boo-hoo cried over some stuff.
So thank you.
We have all
thank you for doing this
stuff.
Thank you for doing the same for me. So as I said, I saw you navigate that emotion. Entrepreneurship is an emotional sport. It's an emotional sport, not only for you as an entrepreneur, but for your family.
Oh my gosh, we can talk about this.
I mean, and sometimes you don't even know when you get into entrepreneurship how emotionally taxing it will be on the people that you love.
Really?
Okay, so how do you tend to your emotions now, as a businesswoman, so it doesn't deteriorate you?
I know, right? It's
as a woman.
Oh wow.
Because a lot of people will say, when you are an entrepreneur, you are operating in your masculine because you have to do so many things.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of action that has to take place. And in your feminine,
you're dropping so many nuggets right now. My mind is like, okay, wait. Pause. Pause 1, 2, 3 points. And hopefully I can get back to those. But go ahead.
And in your feminine, oftentimes you are receiving a lot. But in your masculine, you're doing a lot as an entrepreneur. So how do you maintain yourself as a woman in entrepreneurship?
Let's rewind. Can we?
Yes.
Do you mind? Okay, back to how emotionally and physically taxing being an entrepreneur, choosing said life can be on a family. All we often know as visionaries or those who have an ideal or dream is that we have to get it done. But most often, if I'm not always, because business means where's the money? Passion and service mean this is important to me. I know that I can serve you in this way. Let me help you. It's going to transform you. And combining those two is not always the easiest. It takes experience and life lessons and life lessons taught and bought to get to that point. But one thing that I didn't know until after too far gone in the game is that I didn't take the time to stop and share the vision and the purpose with my husband, and children. In my mind, it just makes sense because I have this vision and we're going to do this and I'm going to be successful and the business is going to grow and we'll get to do this and that will afford us this and it's for the vacations and the college and the opportunities for all of us. But when you don't say that, when you don't ask for a time to be away or to be not as active, then the people around you are suffering, and that doesn't look, if you have not said this or communicated this, it often looks like neglect.
Oh.
It looks like inconsideration. It looks like you've put something above them when it really in my mind it was, no, this is not above you, it's for you.
Yes.
Like, I'm working hard, busting my tail, going crazy for all of us. But one thing I learned, and because service and because I am who I am, and I believe that our life lessons are our testimonies, and we're giving them or experience them for the sake of helping someone else. I have to share this because I'm passionate about advocating for small business owners and upcoming entrepreneurs or startups. That is one thing that you've got to learn early in the game. If this is your plan, if you think it's gonna work, if it does or it doesn't, communication is key to all of your family. We think that our children are our children and we work jobs and we do this and they are kids and they are only supposed to go to school. Well, no, it has to be communicated as a family what the goals are. So thank you for allowing me to go back to that. I'm pretty sure I forgot my second and third point that I wanted to jump on. Not to mention that you asked me a specific question, but that really is important. If I don't say anything else, because I mean, I do appreciate your affirming, but also, and even though this is Authen Tea Cally Nyoka and you're talking about me, it's not about me. It's not about me. So it feels weird, but you're going to catch me like being your hype girl. You're going to catch me saying the weird things when you're out in front of people and talking to them. You're going to catch me boosting you up and hyping you up. Yeah, she didn't tell you da 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 da, because what we do will speak for itself, but there are some instances when it's okay to say no. No, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is how you pay me.
That last part is
you
my
have
challenge.
to do that. You have to
that last part is my challenge.
Yeah, it's yeah, no, and this is why I'm here. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed all of this that I offered to you, and I survived financially.
Yeah.
By these ways, these methods of payment.
Yeah.
So, do you even remember what you asked me?
No.
Do you have it on the notes? Because it was good.
How do you tend to your business without
right
deteriorating the woman that you are?
Okay, so first of all, I've learned from experience a lot of things to do and a lot of things not to do. We know that self-care is real. I was taught that even in school. That's part of what we have to learn. And so self-care is real. It's not important. It's necessary. It's not an option. And just like you shared the other day, even to be spiritually fit, to be eager to serve people in so many ways, you have to be fit in those ways. And so I've learned, especially where I am in the journey now, do I need to go and get Miss Timeless and present her to the guests? Because that piece of artwork speaks to me. And I will. Now
I can pop up Miss Timeless right here.
Miss Timeless screams all the things. Not only does it resonate with the turquoise and my colors and my brand, butterflies and dragonflies are a bit of my thing. That's probably because of the colors and the uniqueness. But when I saw her, and she has on purple nail polish, purple lipstick, and she's got all these clocks ticking.
They gonna see.
And pulling. And she's being wound in every which way. Her head is separated from her body. That resonated so much. No, call me Miss Timeless at this point, because in this part of the journey, I accept that I have done due diligence so that I'm not chasing. And I'm not allowing myself to be run. So my time is very important now. Back to the freedom. I started all of this with all this entire experience was just to chase, at that point, freedom, time, freedom, mental freedom, the freedom to rest, the freedom to be, the freedom to color. And so that's how I'm taking care of myself in this era, my reinvention era.
The reinvention, and there's so many things coming. Y'all have no idea. Friends, so I know there's so many things coming in this reinvention era. I'm just excited to see it all outside. I just want people to be excited about it as much as I am, because it's about to be outside.
Okay, so in this reinvention era, one of the movies on the screen of my life, one of the seasons in my series, one of the layers that I'm experiencing is menopause. And in that has, let's see, ADHD has really blossomed. I mean, it's blooming. You talked about the flower and the tea and all of those things. If you have children, a partner, a spouse, if it's you, I suggest that if you are having any experience with neurodivergency, that you begin to take a moment and dive deeper so that you can better understand those who are around you and those who you love. Because I know y'all looking at me, especially now in menopause, when my hormones are doing this, and this, and this. Well, my brain is actually doing this. And so, honey, they see me. I might be painting furniture. I might be cleaning out a closet. I might be selling clothes. I've got a styling appointment here and doing all the things. I've got, okay, prime example, I hosted an event the other day, and it seemed to only begin to come together when I woke up. Well, that's not always true about my neurospiciness. It's not that the idea was never there. It's not that the idea or the plan was last minute. It's that I didn't share with you until the last minute. So I've already been planning and doing the things and making the connections and lining it up. Now I might need to drag you in because the timing is going to be a thing that I'm going to need some assistance with. But the idea, the vision, none of that was really happenstance. But when you have people close to you, very close, you, T. Brenda, everybody Sunday I had going, and was, you wait till the last minute, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and not really, and I could have done these part of the things by myself, but my mind is also saying, well, if you get them to do it, then, or the CEO with me, and the navigating and the assignments and all the things, the delegating, yes, thank you, says, well, if you do this, I can buy time here because this is where I really need to be. And if you do this, then we can meet up in the middle. And so when you're operating like that, it does look very chaotic in the moment. I was just giving you an inside scoop on neurodivergency and suggesting that you learn about it or start to pay more attention to the people closer to you. No, but you still need to understand. I'm learning. I've had to learn, and I would have raised my children much differently had I known about neurodivergency, what I've been forced to learn at this stage in my life. My loop still is not closed. You know what that means? That means I said all that, and all I want to answer is the question that you asked me 3 questions ago. 3 questions ago, when you said, what about my family or legacy that is it that I include in my business,
Your culture.
my business, that nobody knows?
Yeah.
Was that, see how
Yeah.
that is closing a loop, okay? So when you're having a conversation with someone neurodivergent, specifically ADHD, and it seems that they have gone down the street and around the street and back again, that's just the amount of time that it took for them to close. There was a connection. So that's just my advocacy for that.
So I wouldn't be me if I didn't ask you this question.
Okay.
Right? So what ancestral or cultural thread have you woven into BU, right? That the customer or people who shop with you do not see.
Part of my legacy and my family that people don't often know is intertwined would just be the way I was taught to love people.
The culture of love.
The culture of Watson love.
Watson love.
The culture of God's love.
Mm-hmm.
The culture of, because we can say the culture of love, but your culture of love, my culture of love might not be the same. It's probably not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you're looking at me as a friend and don't understand why I can be so, you asked this the other day.
Yes, the other day I was like, how can you have, they're snakes, but you don't treat them like they're snakes.
That was funny. See, and that's real conversation because
you know that they are snakes. You know that this person is a snake, and you don't treat them like that. And you know what you said to me? I don't take it personally. How the hell can you not take that personally?
It's not personal.
But you explained a snake is going to be a snake.
Yeah.
And you have to know how to manage it, but still love them. Oh my gosh.
Now that is what, I don't know what we talked about in the beginning of this, but this is key. This is what I know to be. This is authenticity for me. Because the only thing you can do, even when showing up to love the way you were taught to love, you're not going to get it right all the time. You're going to offend someone. You're going to lose someone. You're going to piss someone off. Not even just offend, but to the point where they say, I hate you and I'm going to block you and I'm never talking to you again. But all you can do is really continue to focus on inner work and showing up as your best self. That's the culture in my bit. That's what connects me to individuals. It's not about the transaction. It's about connecting to someone no matter where you think they are, no matter where they think they are, because somebody has put them in a box. Sometimes we put ourselves in boxes.
Yeah.
But be beautiful, being creative and confident means that you're not accepting the boxes that you may have at one point fit in. Like, you're not accepting that. You understand that, you outgrow boxes. If you want to live in a box, but I'm probably more like an oval or maybe a diamond. Like, a box wouldn't quite do it for me.
So last but not least, If a woman came to you depleted, not needing a new outfit, but needing to remember herself, we already went into this a bit. What would you tell her?
So call Nyoka. She can assist you with that.
Become called Nyoka.
Nyoka, she can help you with the rest and the healing and the wellness. Be still. Be still and accept your safety. And so I think I've answered all the questions, even though I went
It's okay.
west side, east side,
It's
north
okay.
side, south side.
I understood what I was dealing with when I asked you to be a guest.
Thank you. I appreciate
And
it.
I appreciate it. I think for this episode of Authen Tea Cally Nyoka, this conversation, there are some key things that I want the Soul Stars to know and understand. Is that we have so many different kinds of people in our lives, types of people in our lives. And if we really love and connect with them, please take the time to understand them. If you value them, take the time to understand them. It takes patience, but your love for them, the connection that you have with them, it's worth it. It's truly, truly worth it.
Be creative.
Yeah. Be creative and how Keiauna took me on a tour of Montgomery. And even though I've been living here for a long time,
I'm the best tour in Montgomery.
I saw Montgomery totally different when I got out of the car.
It's not usually carved out times. Sometimes it looks like random
jump in a car time.
Random kidnappings. Everybody knows. Don't get in the car with key. You never know. That's that organized chaos, but it really allows for the moments to share and experience and learn.
So, Soul Stars, inner work, show up as your best self, and know that authenticity is not a last stop. It's really just the beginning. Thank you, Key.
Thank you, Nyoka.
Man. Until the next episode or conversation, I'd like to say, stay authentically you.
Be beautiful.
Peace.